I'm here with Delahaye, guitarist of Epica on their tour, The Ultimate Principle. Hello.
That's right. Hello.
It's nice to
Good to meet you.
So, tell me, tonight you're sold out. How do you feel?
Yeah, great. It's always cool if it's a full house, and we've played this venue a couple of times before, so I know what's about to happen, and it's always cool, you know, with the balcony and.
That's really awesome. How do you feel like the fans are going to be tonight? There are already people lined up out there.
Yeah, I saw them. I just walked past them, and they all seem very excited. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to the show. And we play a couple of new songs, or songs we haven't always played before. So that's also refreshing for us, and I guess for them as well.
That's awesome. So, okay, so this is your fourth night of the North American tour, The Ultimate Principle. And how has the experience been until now?
Good. I don't have a jet lag, so that's a good start.
There we go.
And yeah, the first one was a little sketchy though. Like because we did like a couple of new songs, I had to get into the vibe. But it's show number 4. I'm alright now, so.
You're already in the groove, in the vibe.
I'm totally in the groove. Yeah.
How do you feel about the upcoming shows? You still got a long way to go, right? There's a lot of places to go in North America. So
yeah, exactly.
How do you feel?
Yeah, it's a nice run actually. A couple of really cool venues we're gonna play, and yeah, it's a huge country, you know. So of course now we're in Canada, but the US itself.
Right, I was just gonna ask, like, how do you feel about US versus Canada? Are the fans just as crazy, or are there particular places where you're like, oh my god, yes, I'm gonna play here?
Well, as far as the shows go, it's pretty much craziness all over the place, but but I have to say that Canada to me has a more European vibe than the US. So yeah, it's kind of, you know, no offense to the Americans, but I feel a little more at home in Canada.
That's fair.
So yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It's always nice to cross the border here.
And so you finished a Dutch tour and a European tour?
No, that's still coming up.
That's still coming up?
Oh yeah.
Damn, okay.
We just finished festival season actually.
Okay.
And so European festivals, which went great. And so yeah, after this one we have a short Dutch and Belgian run. And because, you know, lately we only played like maybe the bigger festivals or our own. We had our own festival, Epic Metal Fest, and for some reason we kind of picked up that a lot of people, they kind of missed the old days of just having Epica as a headliner. So okay, if that's what you want, we'll do that. We went back to having a couple of smaller club shows in Holland and Belgium, and then after that we have the European tour.
That's coming up.
In November, that is.
Nice.
So we're pretty much booked for the year.
Well, you already told me how Europe and home compares to North America, so we know your preference. How about... No, I'm on your side, like, don't even worry about it. Okay, so how about the holographic principle? Do you want to tell me a bit about that? Because it's been rumored and proven to be one of your best albums so far.
Is that the rumor?
And, yeah, and the fans, they love it. So tell me about how it came to be. Where did the inspiration come from? Yeah, well, inspiration, it's an odd thing, of course. You never know where it's going to come from. But if you're talking about lyrics, the holographic principle itself, it's obviously about a hologram. And there's, you know, we also had this album, The Quantum Enigma, which is talking about quantum physics and all the weird shit that is going on with that. You know, like particles, everything is made of particles. I'll give you the short version. It's made of particles, and any particle, as long as you don't look at it, can be anywhere. You know, it's not a fixed thing, you know. Right. And that has been proven in quantum physics, which is obviously how we look at the world, a weird thing, because it's like... So, anyway, to explain this theory, they came with another theory, which is the holographic principle, which basically says in a whole sea of options you have, let's say you're on a deadway and you have to decide left or right. Yeah. In a different universe, so to speak, there will be an option. If you choose left, there's another option. You go right, and it all changes. So whatever you decide, and there's decisions from the day you wake, the moment you wake up until you go back to bed. There's
a million options you can do. What I'm gonna eat, what I'm gonna do, whatever. So there, apparently, in that theory, there would be multiple layers of reality where whatever you decide could be another decision.
Completely change the course of your life based on like one decision.
And that's the theory to explain the weird shit that's going on in quantum physics.
Wow.
And so we don't know if it's true, but it's interesting enough to write lyrics about it. And then if you look at the music itself, it's just like, I think we concentrated more on the metal band. Like for some reason we're this band who tends to get heavier and heavier with every album. And so we again concentrated first on drums, bass,
That's fair
guitar.
though, because like heavier is more difficult, and you're only ever going to improve, right?
Yeah. So and then we add all the other stuff, and this time around we didn't use samples at all. So it's all like real instruments.
Wow.
Sometimes, mostly we use like the string section was real, but then brass or something was samples. So this time around it's
like all the way.
Yeah, and that makes it more dynamic. We also had a percussion day where Koen and I and Arjen, our drummer, and even our drum tech, we were fooling around in the studio, put a bunch of big drums there and whatnot, and so we did it all ourselves. And so yeah, it was refreshing to do it like that. Of course, a little more work because samples don't answer if you ask them. So you just do whatever you like, and so yeah, it was a little more preparation, but I think the result is more dynamic and just it's real.
That's really true. I mean, that must be a reason the fans are going so crazy.
Yeah, I guess. And you know, I write a good bit of the guitar parts, and this time around I wanted to, you know, the feeling when you're 16 and you're finding out about bands like Pantera, Machine Head, and Rage Against the Machine. I just wanted to, like the feeling I had back then, like, wow, this is amazing. It kind of fades if you get older because you get used to all that, all the metal bands, so it's a lot more...
So you wanted to revamp that feeling?
Yeah, I wanted to be like, if I was a 16-year-old kid again and I would listen to this album, I want to be impressed by the guitar riffing.
Right.
So that's how
That's a really good way to think about it, actually, because most of your fans, they're going to be budding, right? They're going to be at the beginning.
Maybe, so I'm not sure if it worked out, but apparently, you know...
No, I think it did, to be honest.
So it's... because every album you kind of need to reconsider what you want to do differently or how you want to approach it.
So speaking of new albums, the Solace System?
Yeah, it's a new EP. And it's
still a lot of music.
Yeah. We have 6 songs on there, and it just got released a couple of days ago. And it's basically from the same session as the Holographic Principle. So these songs were actually, up until we decided what the final songs for the album would be, Holographic Principle, we were still like, we had no clue. It was so difficult to pick all these songs because we started with 27 songs, cut them down to 8 in which we recorded, and then on the album we had 12. So these 6 songs are not necessarily bad songs, it's not like these songs.
Exactly.
It was just like, okay, we have to decide, we have a ballad on there, so you don't want to have 2, so which one are we going to pick? It was really difficult. So even if we had, back then we had listening sessions with the press, and we still put in songs which were now on the new EP. Because we didn't know which songs.
No, I totally understand. As an artist, it must be very difficult to decide, well, I can't put this on my album, but I really love this song, but it just doesn't fit.
Other times it was easier, you know? It was like, we have a couple of extra songs, and it was like, oh, we thought this would work out. It didn't really, so let's not put it on the album. But this time around, it's
things
like,
were so like...
It's all good. So, but I'm happy that, because last time for the Quantum Enigma, we basically gave all those songs to Amazon or to Japan, or, you know, like have exclusive stuff, and then in the end that's something we didn't really think about. Like fans were like, hey, where do we really have to buy all these versions to get the songs? So we thought we would make all the other partners happy who got that exclusive song, though we for some reason ignored the fans or didn't think about it. So this time around we wanted to do it right for the fans, give them everything we have, and I hope they will like it.
I'm pretty sure they will. So, my last question to you. What does 2018 hold? Any future plans?
2018 is it's still in the works, but probably we start with a Japanese run, maybe add some shows around it. Then we have South America again. Then we have a UK run. Then we have summer festivals.
Wow.
And after that, we don't know yet.
So you like the road? That's fair.
Well, you have to like the road, yeah. I mean, it's all about being on stage. To me, I love writing music and all that, but the most important thing to me, or the coolest thing, is being on stage and performing for people.
I totally understand.
Play the music, see the reaction. So yeah, I like it.
Totally. Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
You can buy their albums and see them on tour. This was Epica and Isaac.
See you out there.